Hello and welcome to the Narc Alert, the channel where we look at YouTubers and others to see if they demonstrate any traits that fall within the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder or NPD. These videos are for fun and entertainment purposes only, strictly my opinion, and remember, please don't send any snark to our possible narcs. So key points to remember: messy fun and not a diagnosis. Hello, hola, bonjour, hey y'all, my name is Merc. Welcome back to Narc Alert Reacts. Well, of course, today what we're doing is, Amber's mucked up our whole schedule here, so I think we're gonna do a double dip today, and you're gonna get two videos. Two for the price of one. This video is going to be a recap of her live stream from last night. Normally I do it on a live stream myself, but I thought let's try something different today. I think you guys prefer videos to live streams as much fun as the live streams are. So, without any further ado, let's invite AMBERLYNN REID to the stage. We do have Rio peeking in the corner. He doesn't really like Amber's live streams, and he sat through it last night, so he's not that interested. But if you need him, he's just there in the corner. Anyway, without any further ado, I did put together, of course, our amazing alert. Lucy has sent me a whole bunch of screen caps from last night's live stream. And, I've added the Mayo background. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, you're gonna find out. And maybe a little bit of music, just to make our day a little better. I got pages and pages of notes. So let's get right into it. Well, as you can see, Amber started her stream in portrait mode. She's using her phone again. She said that she's also using her AirPods as her microphone because she said people were complaining about the crackling too much. And she guesses that her laptop, what is it she uses, an iPad? That just isn't it anymore. So really the most professional, of course, way to go, is using AirPods and your phone and reading the chat on your laptop. So that's the configuration that we have going now. She's also takes a great deal of time to announce to us her change in schedule. Some of you might have missed this because she did mention it on a post, but of course only on members' posts, which is odd because this kind of, affects her whole community. Anyway, there's only, starting August 5th, Amber's lives are going to be public. Yeah, she's going public, but don't worry, you tight-knit community of babies. She's going to keep the chat private. So, and she's cutting the lives down to 1 hour because she notices that her chatters get tired and not as engaged after an hour. That first hour, she said people are hot and engaged, and after that, they peter out, they slow down. So she's decided that, for the sake of the community, she's going to cut them down to an hour. Now, she did mention, she didn't mention this off the get-go, but after people hounded her a little bit, she did mention she was going to cut the pricing down to $4.99 or $5.99. Yeah, bitch, you're giving people half of what they paid for it. You should cut it down to at least $4.99. It shouldn't be that in the first place, but anyway. So 4 more weeks of $10 if you want to cancel your memberships, etc. Now, remember, she's got last night was a makeup stream. She's still got two 2-hour live streams to make up to these people, but she's never mentioned it again. I think those are far enough away that they just don't count anymore. You can it doesn't matter anymore. It's boop, boop, time's up. They don't count anymore. So I don't think anybody's going to get those makeup streams from her. And it's really hard for her to do a 2-hour live stream. So that's what we got for the next 4 weeks. Now, she has also changed it to Sundays. So members only live stream nights are going to be on Sundays instead of Tuesdays. So she'll be uploading Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and live streaming on Sunday. That's the new thing. She's giving you a month to cancel if you want to cancel, which is reasonably fair, and that's her new schedule. At this point, we've given it about 10-15 minutes in. We check, she's got 20 people in her live chat. And then for a good, half an hour, she talks about, once again, leaning into how she's changing her content. She doesn't care if people think she's boring. She doesn't care if she loses all the money in the world.
She's just got to be her anymore. She's not going to do the drama. She's choosing her sanity above all else. That went on for a long time. Lots of different iterations. Bippity boppity boo came in there. You know, same old, same old. She talks about how she knows her analytics, so she's always in the YouTube analytics. She's always analyzing the analytics of her channel. She knows exactly what her analytics are. Do you, though? Beyond the basic, do you? I don't know. I don't think so. She reiterates again and again through the stream that this is just a hangout, you guys. You should have literally zero expectations for this live stream that you're paying an exorbitant amount of money for, because it's just a hangout. Okay? That's all. So just, like, settle down. She said she's gonna continue to make this clear. She is not here to do cartwheels. Guys, you people who have joined up for the cartwheels, you better hitch your wagon to another star, because there is no cartwheels happening on an AMBERLYNN live stream. It's just not gonna happen. She did say she will address if any huge drama comes up. She, of course, will address it. But she's just not living for it anymore, you guys. This is not about drama. It's a hangout. We're just hanging. We're just hanging. Again and again, on and on about the community and the toxicity and the drama and the bullshit. And she says it will only... Now, you know, I gotta give her credit. The Zoloft is working because she is speaking some actual truth here. I know we hate to admit it, but she says it will only change if she changes. And if you care about her and love her, then you should be happy she's boring now, because this is happiness for her. Someone said something about she's still not being honest, and she refutes that and says, no, she's actually more honest now than she's ever been, and it's because of the Zoloft, guys. It's because of the Zoloft. She can't speak because... Mouse cancellation? What the hell does that mean? I have no idea what that means. If any of you guys know what the hell I meant when I wrote this down. She can't speak because mouse cancellation. I don't know what that means. I make notes. I don't even know what they mean. And then she can't show anything. She talks about, you know, needing balance, of course. She needs to be interesting, but she needs her mental health to take priority and all that. And then we get on a little lecture about her social battery. Guys, her social battery can't manage doing these 2-hour live streams. It's like running a goddamn marathon. She has to take care of her social battery. I seem to recall when she was sitting there with Beck, she'd do 3-hour live streams. She did 1 4-hour live stream. God, remember that 4-hour live stream? That was a nightmare. And then she does talk about, excuse me, I've got cat hair on my nose. Thank you, Ria. She does talk about maybe doing more than 1 live stream a week since she's cutting them down to 1 hour. She says she doesn't know how the heck Chantal does those long 6-hour live streams. And then she says, well, honestly, Chantal just doesn't talk as much as I do. You know, of course, no one gives like Amber. She gives and gives, you guys. Oh, she says she looks back at even just the beginning of this particular live stream, and she can't believe how she used to pop off. She was always popping off and cussing. So much cussing. Oh my God, who was it? Who's that girl? I'm just not that girl anymore. Thank you, Zoloft. Not a sponsor. She's much better now, and we should all celebrate that. Guys, listen, I want to make a video invitation because I'm going to have a big party to celebrate how AMBERLYNN REID is so much better now. BYOB. Her members say, aren't you concerned people are going to spend $1.99 to send really toxic super chats, and that might get to be too much? And she says, no, she's good now. It's fine. No problem. It's good now. Again, the lives are just a hangout. Just a hangout, you guys. Just a hangout. There's a chatter called. Her chat was a little bit. There was a couple of saucy people in the chat because even her members are a little pissed off at this new arrangement, right? So there was somebody named JB in the chat who kept asking very critical things, and she just eventually blocked and banned him. Because he said theoretically you've made $30,000 off these member streams. What are you doing with that? And she laughed and laughed and laughed and said, "Oh my God, as if I've made $30,000. But I think he's going by her estimate of 600 live stream members at $10 a stream for 6 months. It's a valid question, right? No. She says it's all bullshit, right? She can't even talk to you. She can't even talk to these people because these people already have their minds made up to hate her. So it doesn't matter. It's like, well, bitch, it's because you lie. You're still lying all the time. You might be all zoned out on Zoloft, but you are still lying, right? Here's an example. You told us you had 600 plus paid members at $10 US a month. That's $6,000 a month. Times 6 months is $36,000, right? That's what you said. Anyway. She doesn't know why everybody's so mad tonight. Why is everybody so mad tonight? Girl, you literally just doubled their fee. Like, now at this point, she hadn't really made it clear that she was going to reduce the membership. So at this point, people are still thinking they're paying $10 a month. She's cutting her member streams down to an hour. And now remember, these are paid members who, love them or hate them. These 20 people are enjoying their little community with Amber, their little private time with AMBERLYNN REID. There's only 20 of them. They don't want to chat publicly. There's no benefit to her members to have a public stream with a members-only chat. That's putting a target on each and every one of their backs, and they know it. So they're not happy about it. But she can't figure out why everybody's mad. She shouldn't be scared to do her own thing. Somebody asks her for a DoorDash update. And she gets all, oh my God, actually no, I haven't had him again since. So I guess there's really no update. So I guess the update is no, she didn't report this man for harassing her. And he will continue to live and be employed with the opportunity to go to women's houses and harass each and every one of them. Thanks, Amber. Thanks, Amber, for not reporting that guy. Good job. Someone asks her if she's got anxiety, and she says no, she's on Zoloft. She doesn't understand, and then she says, I feel so sorry for that commenter. They should really go get help. Because, if you criticize Amber, you need help. Why else would you criticize Amber? It's the only reason. At this point now, we have 22 people in the chat. We're close to an hour in, I think. I don't know. She said she's not smug. She was very smug. Oh, this shot, by the way, is the new version of the ceiling. She lifts up her laptop now and blocks her phone with her laptop. So this is the new ceiling. She's not smug. She feels good. You guys think her confidence is smug. It's not. And she said she's not a circus. No, Amber, you're definitely not a circus. Cornbread comment. She's sorry. Okay. Let me look and see if I can find the cornbread comment. 1 second. This is the cornbread comment. Cornbread said, I love the chilled, laid-back lives. I don't feel comfy with public lives, to be honest. I don't want trolls to start harassing me. Sometimes I defend you in the comments and I get attacked. And her response to that was that she's sorry. Sorry, that's just the way it's going to be. So, sorry. Oh, are you scared for your own safety? That doesn't matter. I don't care. This is better for me. Just get on board. Just get on board, baby. She said she's been in chaos ever since she's in the womb. But now she has peace. She's very peaceful, you guys. She's just the queen of peace. She's hippy dippy Lynn now. she says she looks back, and then, of course, because you know how she speaks, I look back at my friends, at my relationships, at my family, with the people that I meet, with my subscribers, and I can see where I've been the problem. She actually said that. I'm telling you, the Zoloft is working. You can see where she's been the problem, and now all she craves is peace, and she deserves it, goddammit. It can only happen if she maintains this balance. So all you people who keep complaining about her boring are just gonna have to, like, live it, learn it, love it. People tell her not to recommend Zoloft because she's just, like, not a sponsor. I'm talking so much about Zoloft. And she says she's not. She's just saying get on medication. She goes into this. There's a card coming up in it. I'll just let them roll. We now get a 10-minute dissertation, a little TED talk on her water bottle routine. Amber has a very specific and unique water bottle routine that most people could probably benefit from, but you'd have to be a genius like her. I wrote genius down. It's very complicated. Now, first of all, she has that very expensive bottle that I forget the name of. You guys will remember AWOL or something. I don't know. I don't care. But her now, you might want to take notes at this part because you might want to incorporate. Psychopath is one of the cards you pulled. You might want to incorporate this into your life. This is a life hack. It's a life hack. What you do is you take your water bottle and put water in it, and so in the morning, it's right there. What? How did she come up? She's a genius. People say to her, you gotta start, this live is terrible, you're just focusing on the negative all the time, and she says, no, not me, you guys are negative, it's not me, of course, it's not her. They're telling her she's being manic, and she says, no, she knows when she's manic. So I guess bipolar's back, we get into a little shading, kind of a little walking around the edges of how she's bipolar again. Talking a lot about mania and when she's manic and when she's not manic. Someone asks her if she's ever going to address the bad news that she posted about, which is why she couldn't stream last week. And she just flatly says no, she's not doing that. She mentions to us that her father wanted to originally call her Mercedes Marie. Can you imagine? We'd be watching Mercedes Marie, and she thinks that's adorable, and she would want everybody to call her Sadie. Mercedes, the short form for Mercedes, but okay, you go off. I tuned out here. She goes into quite a long Labubu conversation. I'm not down with the Labubu. I don't know anything about that. I guess they're little dolls or toys or something. Basically, it does go on and on. There's a lot of Labubu talk here. I tuned right in. I think I rolled some maple syrup because I had time to stop taking notes, but basically, she ordered 6 for $127 and only got 1, and oh my god, that seller ripped her off. She said she has no recourse. Even though she bought it on Amazon, no way for her to get her money back. Oh well, it's gone. And because of that, she will never order another doll again in her life. Okay. Even her adorable, profoundly loyal subscriber window at this point says, we're being scammed. And she's like, no, and then just moves on. Like, doesn't address it, doesn't talk to them, doesn't address their concerns, just they're wrong, of course, and moves on. Oh, and then she goes on and on about her porn star name. Now she's named after a porn star, you guys. Oh my god, now she's named after a porn star. Remember when the porn star tried to sue me and I had to go to my other name, and now I was like, no, I'm not a porn star. Like, girl, stop. AMBERLYNN is not really a porn star name. It just happened to be a name that a girl who does porn has. First of all. I mean, do you guys remember that? It was so stupid. Some porn star named AMBERLYNN was pissed off because every time people searched AMBERLYNN, they found her instead of the porn star. So she threatened to sue her or something. I don't know. It was really stupid anyway. They ask her if she's eating better, and she goes, oh, no, I'm eating about the same. We haven't heard her talk about being concerned about her weight, counting calories, being on any diet, anything, for a real long time. So, no, she's just eating about the same. Then she enlightens us about poop zoomies. You know when your animal... Rio definitely gets them. They go to the litter box, and then afterwards they tear around the house. Siamese cats had a really distinct owl that goes along with that. She talks about that, and then of course she says, but if she's not an animal Scientologist, guys, you can't expect her to have all the facts right. She's not an animal Scientologist. People ask her, what are you DoorDashing tonight? And without us even the sense of irony, she just says, hey, I don't know. Like there was no, oh, I don't DoorDash every night, you guys, or I'm not gonna DoorDash tonight. None of that. Move over a little bit. None of that. Just she was not sure what she's DoorDashing tonight. Then she giggles and tells a funny story about her mom's boyfriend saw a commercial about some deal on Uber Eats. And he told Mama Lynn, you better call up Amber and let her know about this deal. Really? I mean, I would imagine he's trying to be nice, but really, that's what they think of when they see an Uber Eats commercial. They think of Amber. Isn't that sad that that's what the family... Oh, food delivery. Oh, that's Amber. Oh, I gotta tell Amber. Then she gets scared. She's scared because she forgot how old she was, and then she has a big deal about the cat's age. People ask her about Choosy, of course, about Choosy, and guys, you're not going to believe it. Choosy's coming back. She has ordered a great deal of charms again, so she can play Choosy with charms, and I think it's in the thousands. She's probably ordered bulk. I think it's the croc charms again, so we're getting that back. She had them when she was with Feline, but she threw them out then because she was in this decluttering phase, but now she wants her charms again. And she really misses Choosy. And then someone says, when is Choosy? Can you explain it to us? Can you explain it to us? It's Choosy. She's explained it a million times. And then she goes on to explain it in a way that I've never heard before. And she pulls out her 6 decks of Oracle cards because she's going to show us. I'm going to use the Oracle deck boxes as an example. So you have all your things you like, and you have the one you don't like, and you take it out and you never address it again. That's what she said. What about the 2? Take one, then put this one up against the next one. She doesn't even play Choosy right anymore, I tell you. Okay, now we're, she's fucking around with her earphones because she doesn't know if her mic's working because she's using AirPods as her microphone. Press 1 if you can hear me, blah, 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 all that shit for a while. Now we're a good 1 hour in. She pulls out the Oracle cards. Whether you like it or not, she's doing Oracle cards. Someone asked her to pull a card for the DoorDash guy, and she ends up pulling a card for the situation of DoorDash. And, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't even write down what it said because I don't care. But she did pull out one of the cards she pulled for one of her members. Remember last time she pulled out a card that said, go kill yourself? I mean, I'm paraphrasing. The card was suicide. This time she pulls out psychopath. Girl, just please stop pulling cards. Stop. Or get a happier deck. Like, my god, what is this deck she's using? Oh, she pulls a card for herself, and she gets all giggly about being fat. Oh, she pulls a card for if she'll ever lose weight. And to be honest, again, I didn't write down what the card said, but she says, at this point, is it just a pipe dream? She literally used that term. At this point, is it just a pipe dream? Me losing weight. She literally has no control over it. So that's what she's telling me there. And like I said a couple streams ago, she's never going to lose the weight. I believe in my whole heart and soul she's going to die fat. She'll never experience life the way she should. She's going to miss out on a million opportunities. She's going to probably die fat alone with her mom. I'm sorry to sound so... But if you're, I don't mean to sound so sad and negative about it. I don't want to see her do that. But honestly, if you're at this size and you're going, am I going to be fat forever? Is it just a pipe dream, losing weight? There's a problem. I would say there's definitely a problem there. I have a scratchy throat. I keep pausing. Because I'm coughing. I apologize. Card says, well, the card she pulled about the pipe dream and the fat situation said something about being rich. And she gets very, oh my God, very thoughtful about it and decides that it means YouTube. She got rich on YouTube because she's fat. I don't know how she got there, but that's what she took from that card is, oh my God, I got rich on YouTube. I mean, it's true, but it was weird. It was just a weird segment of her answer on the card. Talks about her hair, her frizzy damn hair, because her hair's so frizzy she doesn't know what to do, and she wants to get those fibers that Chantal had. You, girl. Because she thinks there's patches on her hairline or something, I don't know. Someone in her chat talks about fasting. They do like 19 on and 5 off and all that. She says, oh my God, she couldn't do that, but that... Someone's saying, I'm fasting. Her response is, oh my God, you just made me hungry now. Of course. Someone asks her, what was the most effective diet you've ever been on? And she hums and haws about that and then says, she has no idea which one was the most effective, but her favorite was Jenny Craig. Jenny be giving you the meals. You don't have to think with Jenny. Okay. There's a lot of Jenny Craig talk. She says Octavia was the worst diet she's ever been on. But, I mean, obviously there's not an effective diet she's ever been on. Look at her. She's almost 600 pounds. She goes into a big conversation about a hangnail, talking profoundly about how much they hurt. Hangnail, and then she says she's going to get her nails done again. It's fake nail era is back. Woohoo. Let's hope maybe that pulls the smug out of her. She says she's going to do them black or Barbie pink. She's asking people for what she should eat. And then she goes on, there's quite a big conversation about her Factor meals. And she doesn't like Factor because she thinks it's gross that food is cooked 2 days in advance and put in a box and just left at her door. Oh my God. The bacteria. Oh my God. I can't do it. It's too gross. It's 2 days. Girl, it's fine. Or they wouldn't be able to do it. It's packed in lots of ice, too. She's remiss in mentioning how much ice they pack that shit in. People are telling her in the chat, Factor's pretty high in fat, and it's also very high in sodium, and she just laughs. I'm a sodium girly. I'm not, okay, well, guess what? Sodium girly begets heart attack woman, so maybe you should be careful. You weigh the size of a tractor trailer, and you're giggling about your salt intake? God, she's just pushing it right to the limit. I swear to God, she's pushing everything right to the limit. Somebody says, well, if Jenny Craig was your favorite diet, why don't you do Jenny Craig again? And she goes, yeah, it was. Well, not right now. Not right now. She's literally not interested in dieting or losing weight at all. I don't believe it. She discusses the Jenny Craig, the details of how it works every day in the plan and what you eat. And I don't care. She can't eat leftovers because leftovers are bacteria. Okay. Someone in the chat mentions chunky monkey ice cream and she gets very excited. Oh my God, now I want ice cream. She says, I don't have one sweet tooth, I've got 20. She has 20 sweet teeth. Then she says, oh my God, I do have some tea for you guys. Oh yeah, this is her tea. She says it's OCD, but she's not going to refer to it as OCD because people go crazy in the comments when she mentions OCD. So She's just going to call it her anxiety. So this is what happens. At least once a week. You know, when you order from DoorDash, they usually put it in a bag and they'll put a seal on the bag, like a piece of tape or something, or a label, staples, something. Now, she came up with this story right after somebody said to her, what if your DoorDash driver sticks his finger in your food? And she goes, oh my God. And then it takes about a minute and then comes up with this story. Not that I'm saying she came up with this on the spot right after somebody commented. I wouldn't say that. Anyway, the story is that at least once a week, she throws away huge bags of takeout food if the tape is lifted a little bit, because she's so afraid of contamination, and she thinks even that there might be sperm in there. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, that's what she said. Though that's the word she used, sperm, in her takeout food, because the tape is a little off. She didn't even say the bag has to be open. She said if it looks like it's not on there properly. And she admits to doing this weekly. I don't even have to tell you about waste of food, waste of money, waste of destroying the planet, making this delivery guy go out of his way to gas, like everything. I'm not an idiot, you know. And this is what's going to make the background of her male background make sense. Now we get into this conversation about food contamination. She says she'll throw out milk even if it says it's not still good for a week more. If she's had it open for a week, that's garbage. I'm sorry, you guys don't have the same level of standards that she does. It's not that she's a wasteful, selfish, entitled, rotten human being. It's that you can have the same level of standards and cleanliness that she does, okay? And then she goes on this thing about mayonnaise. She says, like, because you know mayonnaise stays good in your fridge for years. But for me, no more than, 2 months. After 2 months, I just throw it away. I don't even care what's left in it. It's garbage because it's so contaminated with bacteria. Girl, don't ever go to a fucking restaurant kitchen. That's all I have to say. I've worked in some fantastic places, and I've worked in some that were not fantastic. And AMBERLYNN REID, so many people have touched your food. You don't know. Do you want to have a nightmare, Amber? I'm guessing there's even boy cooks who may have gone to the loo and not washed their hands. I'm not saying it always happens, but I'm saying it lives within the realm of possibility. Somebody might have dropped your burger on the floor and went, 3-second rule, and picked it up and slapped it right in the bun and gave it to the delivery guy. Because you know what? Cooks would care even less about takeout food than they would about somebody guest sitting in the kitchen. But we won't get into that. I'm not kitchen shaming. Most kitchens are very good. And the things that I've done too aren't going to kill you. You don't really get bacteria and contamination. But shit happens. Not everything's made in a hermetically sealed, intensely clean environment, but she throws away mayonnaise. So now we get to the part where she decides I'm gonna Google it. Mayonnaise is good for years. I only keep it for 2 months, but it's time to Google it. So, and then she goes, oh my God, I just puked. I puked. Oh my God, I puked. Oh my God, I'm puking. Like, Amber, you know we have eyes. We're watching you. You're not puking. You didn't puke. And now our entire Discord has changed their names to puke. So what happened is she went and looked up that no, mayonnaise isn't good for years in your fridge. Amber, it's got eggs in it. Stupid. It's good for about 4 months. And that's what made her puke. She didn't puke. Oh my God, I puked. Words have meaning, Amber. You could say, oh my God, I'm so grossed out. You don't have to, you didn't puke. It's stupid. So, I tried to explain this to Maud Laney last night. She doesn't understand Amber math the way I do. Amber thinks, okay, when Amber thought mayonnaise kept long for a year, she would throw it away after 2 months. So now that she's found out it only keeps for 4 months, she can only keep it for 1 month. Of course, right? It makes sense. Now, Lainey says, hey, if 2 months is already well before the expiry date, why can't you just still keep it for 2 months? And I go, no, Lainey, you don't understand. It's only good for 4 months. And because she has a level of cleanliness and ethics on her body that nobody knows, nobody understands like we do, if it says best before 4 months, then she's only keeping it 2. Because she has a higher standard for herself than you do, and that even the government regulatory bodies do. So then if you cut down that year to 4 months, of course you have to cut down the storage life. It just makes sense. I don't know why they don't understand Amber Math. Isn't that too much? There's a one of her chatters calls her a liar, and she says, I don't like you, and bans them. Or no, I don't ban them, I put them on a 24-hour timeout. Yeah, but your stream is over in an hour. So yeah, it's like kicking them out from the stream, I get it. Goes back to talking about how hungry she is, and she's really, really craving her delicious canned chicken and mayonnaise pasta. But she doesn't know because she doesn't have the right ingredients. But she really wants that canned mayonnaise pasta. But now she's afraid of her mayonnaise. So she can't make it. She's afraid of the mayo. She goes on about Sundays and how it's better for her social battery. At this point, there are 10 chatters. She has 10 people left in her live chat. And she's bored. She's good and damn bored. Here's things that she does. I like to notice when she's bored, there's things she does. Like, she will repeat comments in a sing-song voice. She does a lot of the sing-song stuff when she's bored. Like if a chatter said, let's pick something here. If a chatter said, I want to make pasta, she'd say, oh, I want to make pasta. I want to make pasta. I want to make pasta. And another thing she does is she gives way too much time to things that are inconsequential. Like she'll do this. Wait, did you hear that? Did you hear that? I swear I heard something. Like, it's just all killing time, right? She's trying to fill in time because she's really bored. No, people ask her opinion. Oh, she asks for opinions on Chantal and where she is. Can you imagine? AMBERLYNN doesn't have a fucking clue anything about Syria. Imagine, AMBERLYNN, can you tell us what you think about what happened in Damascus and Aleppo? Anyway, to her credit, at least she doesn't pretend to have an opinion on something like this that she doesn't know about. I guess she's learned. She says she'd be scared. Amber said, I'd be scared. But you know what? She really backs Chantal because she says, yeah, but obviously Chantal loves her husband and she's doing everything for him. It's like, she didn't say it, but you know, she thinks it's so romantic. She just loves him so much, you guys. And then she says to the chat, obviously she loves the fuck out of Salah. Wouldn't you do the same thing? And everybody goes, no. No. And if my husband loved me, he would never put me in that position. And she's like, she doesn't like that. So then she moves on pretty quickly because, they're not agreeing with her. Somebody in chat says, what about quitting? You're going to end up quitting because whenever you do this, you go public and then the public pushes you to the point where you don't want to do lives anymore and you quit. And she says, well, I am in a better headspace, but, you never know. Probably. She said, I probably won't quit, but you never know because, I get bored really easily with things like hobbies and, I'll start things really quickly and then I quit them really quickly because I just like everything I just burn through. I just can't get my attention span. And I thought, but this is your job. This isn't just another Lego. This is your commitment to your job, Amber. It's a whole different thing. She admits that bingo used to bore her. Oh, Bingo used to bore her, but now she goes to the cool Bingo. It's so cool. She's not the youngest one. There's people. Oh, it's full of young people, and it's great. It's got music. It's still good. It's just like the club. Oh no, you go to the club? No. You gotta go to the Bingo. That's where the action is. She says she goes once a week. Then she goes on about this pain she has that's up here. I thought she was pointing to her kidney because of the odd shape of her body, but I guess she said it's just like bra strap pain in the back there. But she went for all the tests, all the heart tests. She had her heart tested to death, and she's fine. It's not her heart. She just doesn't know what it is. And 500 pounds, your back might hurt. Just saying. Chatters are very worried about it being public, and she says she just doesn't care. It's gonna be fine. Like, bitch, you have 10 people who are active chatters, and those 10 people are telling you they're really worried about being exposed in front of the whole fucking Amberverse, and you say it's fine. People are gonna quit, man. She talks about sharks, and she says something about, like when a shark is coming at you and they make that sound. Dun 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 dun. No, Amber, sharks don't make the Jaws theme. Sharks don't come with a speaker that make the Jaws theme song music play. Oh my god, she's so dumb. And then she talks about how ghosts scare her even though she doesn't believe in ghosts. But sharks and true crime stuff doesn't scare her, even though that's real. So she's so quirky, you guys. She's bored, she's singing again. My brain, I wanna make food. So yeah, she's fucking bored. She's just staring. Remember, now we've got 8 people left in the chat, and it's just not moving fast enough. So she's just staring blank at this chat box that isn't moving, and singing things that people have typed. Again, they tell her they don't want to chat in a live stream, and she says, no, it's fine, it's okay. The chat says to her, Amber, are you not cluing in? Your people are really getting angry here about this stuff. And she goes, I have no idea why people are angry at me. She talks about a reoccurring nightmare that she had as a child where it was her dad stabbing her mom all the time. Okay, well, you grew up in an abusive house. Kind of tracks. Sad, but I guess normal. I don't know. Then she tells a bedwetting story that I just said, full-ass lie story. Full-ass lie story. She talks about how her PTSD made her pee the bed every single night. And she talks about when she went home for her trial, because she was taken into foster care at 8 years old. And then from her words, at 14, she went back for a trial period with her parents. Now, I have heard her say the trial was 6 months long. I've heard her say the trial was last night. She said the trial was 1.5 years long. I've never heard it that long before. And regardless, according to her story last night, when she went back to her parents for the trial, the PTSD was so bad that she was peeing the bed every night. And she frames it like being a toddler. She does definitely mention like she's a little girl, little kid peeing the bed. Now, my question is, were you not 14 fucking years old when you went back for the trial? Or, conversely, were you not taken at 8? You're telling me at 9 you're still pissing the bed every night? I don't believe any of that story. Now, I'm not saying a 9-year-old can't pee the bed every night because of trauma. Absolutely that can happen. Adults can do that. But she framed it like she was a toddler when it was happening. But then she also said it's when she went back for the trial period. So that doesn't make any sense, Amber. It's not. Something in there is a lie. Oh, and then she goes on and on about how her and her parents are finally experiencing life for the first time. Like, no, bitch, you're not. You know that life is up and down and good and bad, and the bad parts of life are just as valid to your experience as the good parts. No, they're not fun and funny and, but they are valid. So it's just so disempowering to say the only time you've lived life is when you think you're happy. That's terrible. And then she goes on about how she's just a child at 30. She can't imagine her mom was when her mom was 34, she had a 13-year-old child, and she's like, but I'm a child myself. I'm always looking for where are the parents, where are the adults to do all the things. And we're like, yeah, we know, Amber. And then she actually starts crying. We got a little tear session, which we haven't had for a while, but about the fact that she couldn't protect her parents from drugs. So yeah, I guess 6-year-old Amber's feeling a lot of guilt about not protecting her parents from being drug addicts. And she says that's how strong it is, the feeling that she can even though she's on Zoloft, she can still cry. Oh, Zoloft didn't make you a zombie, Amber? Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to. I would imagine you should be able to still experience some emotions. And then she says, she's just gonna be crying because, even if you're 90 years old, you just really just want your mom. And I thought, speak for yourself, bitch. Because I don't know how young I was when I stopped needing my mom, but it was pretty fucking early, so we all have our own experiences. Speak for yourself. BPD made her unwell and cruel, but not vicious. So in the past, she was very cruel to Beck, but she wasn't vicious. And then she talks about she's very sad for what she made Beck go through, and people are all like, please just stop talking about Beck. No, just don't say anything about Beck. Stop. She does say she was better with Jade because she learned that DBT existed. Those are my words, not hers. She says she's better with Jade because, once you understand DBT and you learn about DBT, it just makes everything, all the pieces start falling into place, and everybody's going, bitch, you never did DBT. So that's why I wrote down she got better because she learned that DBT existed on the planet. So that fixed her. She's very excited about Choosy Charms, and then she finds there's a thing now where you can, as a mod or a content creator, you can look at a chatter's history. You can click on your name and see all the comments that you've ever made. So she decides to start checking chatters' histories to see if they're friend or foe. So we get to sit there and watch her read the chat history for a while. I mean, we can't see it. We just see her reading. And then she's like, oh my god, this is great! She's like giggling and blocking and reading and giggling and blocking, and I guess that's where it ended. I don't know what to tell you. That was AmberLynn's live stream from last night. I hope you enjoyed my recap. I tried to add a little music, a few pictures. Thanks, Lucy, for the photos. Thank you, Lainey, for letting us come to your living room and watch. So now we're going to see her on Sunday nights from now on. So I may switch up my schedule a bit too. We'll see. I don't know how I'm going to play this for now, but you know me. I will keep in contact with you, unlike AmberLynn Reid. I'd like to thank you, and, hey, Ray. There's his little face. Do you want to say goodbye? He was here to help just a little bit. I'm going to see you this afternoon for a reaction to her vlog that she's uploading in 9 minutes. I got to go get to the Discord and pick a song. Thank you all for joining me. You know the routine. Until we meet again, just be kind and hasta luego.